Very good afternoon, Team Zimbabwe. I am back with an update on the Bulawayo 12. So what happened is that yesterday the High Court removed Citizens Coalition for Change champions or representatives in Bulawayo, 12 of them from the ballot. And today they successfully filed an appeal with the Supreme Court of Zimbabwe. What it means is that once an appeal is accepted, is noted, and is received, the previous ruling is then automatically suspended. So what it means is that the CCC 12 of Bulawayo, they have successfully got back onto the ballot up until the Supreme Court deals with this matter and deals with this appeal. So what it means is that we are now waiting for the Supreme Court to actually take a look onto this matter, take a look on the facts and the merits of this matter, because ZEC itself acknowledged that indeed the Citizens Coalition for Change filed their nomination papers in time. And if ZEC says they filed in time and there are affidavits, sworn affidavits to suggest that, how can the courts say that ZEC as a witness and also as a responsible authority to the issue of nominations, how can they dispute that when ZEC is on record being anti-CCC? So you see that this is just a way of trying to silence the people. This is a way of trying to disenfranchise the people of Zimbabwe, but it is not going to work. So taking a look on what is happening, the facts are clear. Citizens Coalition for Change submitted in time. There are news reports, especially from site, which shows that indeed the Citizens Coalition for Change people filed their nomination papers in time. And also, there is a confirmation from ZEC officials who signed affidavits, several affidavits, to show that indeed Citizens Coalition for Change filed in time. Then the people who were not there, the people who we are just using hearsays, are saying that Citizens Coalition for Change candidates filed out of time. That is wrong. So you will see that based on real facts, this is just a testimony of somebody in panic, someone trying by all means possible to stop time, to stop change, which is about to come, a change which is imminent. They tried to postpone this election. It failed. They tried to make CCC have no candidates. It failed. They even raised the nomination fees to 1,000 per every MP. We paid. So they raised the presidential nomination fee to 20,000. We paid. So they are doing a lot of things to try and stop us from actually participating in this election. But we are determined to win. We are determined to make sure that we win this election. They have tried to employ violent tactics to the people of Zimbabwe, across Zimbabwe, but we are not going to let them do whatever they want. We are direct on our demands. We want a free Zimbabwe. We want free, fair, credible elections to happen in the nation of Zimbabwe. But even if they are not willing to have free, fair, credible elections happen, we are going to make sure that we force them to actually conduct themselves in a way where we are going to win this election and then take over power from ZANU-PF. Zambia did it, Malawi did it. In Zimbabwe, we can also do it. So Team Zimbabwe, we remain resolute, we remain committed to the struggle, and I send this message to my comrades in Bulawayo to say, do not tire. Even if you are removed from the ballot, do not tire. Continue to fight for change. Continue to actually mobilize. Find a way to make sure that we mobilize, make sure that the ZANU-PF gets defeated in Bulawayo. With or without our candidates on the ballot in Bulawayo, we are going to make sure that ZANU-PF is defeated. That alone, we promise the people of Zimbabwe to say, we cannot have ZANU-PF for another 5 years. We cannot have misrule for another 5 years. We cannot have a dictatorship for another 5 years. Misallocation of resources for another 5 years. So, Team Zimbabwe, we know that these are challenges we are facing as a nation. These are not personal challenges. These are national challenges we are facing. I have seen a lot of people actually saying that it's a triple C which failed on administrative issues. That is so wrong. It's not triple C. Why? These papers were signed in Bulawayo by the cluster leaders there in Bulawayo, not in Harare, as some people are suggesting. So on the administrative part of Triple C, we did all we could across Zimbabwe to make sure that everything was above board, to make sure that everything was ready, and our candidates filed in time. But if you take a look in Masvingo, there the nomination court closed around 12. In various parts of Zimbabwe, the nomination court closed late, not because people were still filing their papers, no, but because there was a process which was being carried out. There are two things: filing and verification and approval. Those are different issues. So filing was done before 4, but the issues of approval, the issues of other things, because you know that ZEC was supposed to go through each and every candidate's papers to verify, is that person in the voters roll, is that person meeting the requirements, are payments done, are payments made. All those issues were affecting the time taken to complete the issues of nomination. So filing was done in time. It was on the part of Zimbabwe Electoral Commission that they closed late. So if we are to take a look on all those things, you will see that even in Masvingo, ZEC closed late. In each and every town, they closed late. Why? It's because of the long list of people against the staff which was there. So you can't put the blame on Triple C on when an entry was made on a computer. What it means is that that process entirely won't be a good process, because what we did when we were submitting papers, we submitted papers to ZEC officials, not to somebody who was with a computer. We submitted papers to somebody with no computer. Vakatogara a panel. Then they will pass the papers to another person. They will pass another papers to another person, to another person, and to another person, where the details would be captured into a machine. So where you cannot determine the removal of our candidates based on when the details were captured into the machine, because the receiving point had no machine. That is what is very important. I urge the Triple C people to go to the final register, because the register is there. There was a register kept at the door where candidates were logging in when they were going to into the nomination court. That register must be used. When did these people get into the nomination court? What was the time? All those issues, they show that Triple C was there in time, was there in online measure yekuti kutarisa kuti munhu apinda nguva ipi achisubmita all those papers. Those are very important issues. So these judges, honestly, they are biased, but zvakaoma kudaro, we will continue to fight for change in Zimbabwe.